Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, it's me Ernita Nur Maulidika. In this video, I will share you about kind of text. Okay, as we know, there are many kind of text, right? Like procedure, descriptive, narrative, recount, and report text. But in this opportunity or in this video, I would like to share you only three kinds of text. First is procedure, second is narrative, and the third is descriptive. Okay, now we start with the procedure text. What is procedure text? Procedure text is a text that contains measure to do something or yes, to do something. It can take many forms, such as recipe for food or drink. So how to make an object or something, how to use or operate something, and many more. So there are characteristic of procedure text. First, using the simple present tense. Second, use the connective sequence like then, next, finally, like that. So the third is using material process. Okay, in procedure text, also there is a generic structure. Okay, there are three generic structure. First is aim or goal. That's usually there is in the title of the text. Second is material or ingredients to make something or to do something. So, and the third is step or methods. Okay, now we move to narrative text. Okay, narrative text is an English text that is included in the reading skill. So what's narrative text? Narrative is a type of English text that aims to tell story that has a chronological sequence of events that are interconnected. So the purpose of narrative text is to amuse the reader with a story. Okay, there are some type of narrative text like fiery story, mystery, horror, fiction, and romance, like that. So in narrative text there are generic structure where focus on a series of proposed stage to build stories that cover orientation, complication, resolution, reorientation. Okay, first is orientation. Orientation where the character, setting, and story time are set. Usually in orientation or introduction, this answer the question who, when, and where. Okay, example in the story usually there are like this. Once upon a time, there was wolf life in the forest, like that. That's the example of introduction. Okay, so next is complication or problem. Okay, in complication or problem is tells tells the beginning of a problem that causes a climax. Okay, complication usually involve the main character. The third is resolution. In resolution, this is the ending of the story. The ending of the story is the solution of the problem. So the fourth or the last is the reorientation, where in reorientation is the closing and the closing statement, and in the closing statement of the story that usually optional. It can about moral lesson from a writer. So next we move to descriptive text. Okay, descriptive text is a text that describe a thing. Describe a thing. For example, describe person, an animal, an object of either shape, of the character, of the number, like that. So it's also mean to explain, describe or reveal person or an object. So in the descriptive text, that there are characteristic. There are four. The characteristic first is use simple present tense. Second is use many adjective. Use many adjective. The third is use relating verb like is, have, seems. Yes. So the fourth is only focus on an object that would explain. Okay, and the last of descriptive text is the generic structure. But in the descriptive text, that there are only two generic structure. First is identification. Second is description. Okay, the writer identify object that will be explained. Then it will be followed by the description. That is a part of explain the characteristic, parts, and quality of the written object. Okay, I think that's all from me. I hope you learn or get something for this video. And the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.